So we talked about this earlier this year, and I think we have a little bit more understanding now. If Brock Purdy makes a deep playoff run with the 49ers, do you start Trey Lance next year?
No.
Me and Dylan talked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I'm going to keep it short and simple and sweet. It is so clear as day to me that if Brock Purdy can do this, so can Trey Lance, and that's as simple as it gets.
You just haven't seen it, though. So, like...
This is about to be so funny.
But
I'm not even going to get heated.
Right, you haven't seen the Avatar movie, but you know it's gas, right?
No, I actually don't know it's gas.
Yeah, you do.
I've heard
Don't
mixed
lie.
reviews on it. I don't really care for it either.
It was fire.
You know what I'm trying to say, though? Like,
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say, but it's going to be year 3 and he hasn't done anything.
Because he isn't.
Yeah, he hasn't had the
not doing
chance
this
to.
again.
Yeah, but like I'm just saying, look, he walks into the building, Mr. Irrelevant. He goes. What if he goes to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think.
Then what? Then what?
Shout out Kyle Shanahan.
No. But then
So
what?
do you think the Niners move him?
Why not? They could get capital that they don't have.
I think it's gonna be. I think they're gonna say it's a quarterback competition in training camp, but they're gonna see what happens.
I would.
Unless they go win the Super Bowl. If they do win the Super Bowl,
Yeah,
then
that's the only thing where it's like you have to stick with Purdy. I get that, but like, I don't know. We're not gonna get into it. We're not gonna get.
If they get to the Super Bowl, I'm Purdy all the.
I
all
think
the way.
more than anything, this is a testament to how easy the system is to play in. I also want to point out Purdy has been making some great plays. In his first couple of starts, though, the play designs, he did like a fake to the left, fake to the right, and then he just threw it to Kittle wide open in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Kittle's other touchdown in that game, there was no one within 20 yards of him.
That's
Like,
what it is.
Everybody on that offense is so open.
Well,
all
that's
the
what
time.
the scheme is. But like,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think Trey could easily excel
Exactly.
too.
still less than 1,000 snaps at quarterback. You go go play in the NFL. Go
I
lead
think
this
that's
franchise that we traded up for you to go.
arguably the
Win
most
the Super
storied
Bowl.
franchise in the sport.
Right. Like there's a lot of pressure on him, and there's just even more and more now that he's not playing in year 3.
I think it lessens the pressure now.
So, like,
You traded up to get him, and he's clearly not even close to.
I think there's a lot
Lawrence
of pressure
Fields.
this year because they were like, he's the guy, he's the guy, he's the guy. Now it's up in the air where it's Purdy might be the guy. They're going to go into training camp, have a quarterback battle. I don't think Trey's like, there's no pressure on Trey per se. I really don't think so.
I just see it as like if a guy can walk off the street, just literally walk off the street and then run this offense just as well as anybody else, why wouldn't a guy that has tools, that's athletic, that has an arm, why wouldn't he be
I
able
just
to?
told you.
Snaps?
Yes, that's the biggest
Brock
thing.
Purdy had like no
Brock
snaps
Purdy
for the
was
whole
a-
season.
No, I'm talking about like quarterback play your whole life. Bro, he
It's
did
so frustrating to me because they're doing the same drills, they're in the same quarterback room, they're learning the same thing. Yeah, he's not getting on-field
practice and
reps.
games aren't the same, obviously. What are
Motherfucker,
we
if
talking
they're
about?
if they're that open all the time, you can hit it's like a little moving fucking red dot. Like anybody can hit that shit if it's wide open and there's nobody in your
Can he?
face.
Can he?
I sure as hell
Can he?
think so.
Have we
I will
seen
bet
it?
my life on
Have
it.
we seen it?
I would
no,
bet
we
my-
haven't.
If Trey
You can't use that as a negative against him.
Like, bro, but
Saying
I'm
you
saying
haven't seen him play is not like a knock on him. He
it's not. It's
backup,
it's
and then
not,
he got hurt.
Yeah, it's not a knock on him, but for the franchise, it's like this guy's not doing anything for me right now.
All right, here's a question for you.
He's
You're-
hurt.
you're-
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, he's not doing anything for
Hold
them,
on,
and they're
hold
seeing
on.
someone excel that they drafted with
I
their
agree.
last pick.
You're hanging over a freaking lava pit, right? And the rope is bringing you down in there. There's a red little
This is an
circle thing
interesting
to
ass
hit.
analogy.
You're gonna tell me you want Brock Purdy throwing that ball instead of Trey Lance to save your life when there's just a little red circle that will cut the rope and you'll be fine.
I
You
don't-
want Brock Purdy doing that?
The way he looks right now, hell yeah, I do. Why
no,
not?
You don't.
Why?
That's a lie.
Why?
My life is on the line.
Yeah.
I want Trey Lance, the guy that has the arm and
No, what?
the top 5 pick. I want him to throw that ball.
Zach Wilson was a top 5 pick too, bro. That holds no weight.
This is
That
like
holds no weight.
Iguodala. This is like the Iguodala comment.
What?
He said, "Life on the line."
Right.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
except there's a.
Your
Okay.
argument is that a 7th round pick is doing it, and you're saying that a guy with all the tools in the world.
Purdy's
can't.
got juice. He's got the balls.
I
His
know, I'm not
teammates say it
knocking-
every
I'm
day.
not knocking him. I'm just saying.
He's got the nuts.
I'm just saying that we saw Nick Mullins play decent in it. We saw CJ Beathard have good games in it too. We've seen Jimmy G. None of those guys are special.
Put Beathard in here right now. I bet you they're not doing anything like
Well,
this.
no, Brock Purdy's
Cap.
definitely playing.
Put Mullins in this situation right
I'm
now.
not saying that. I'm saying Purdy's obviously playing better than those guys did, but those guys also had good games in the system.
Good games in a lost season.
Did CJ
Sure.
Beathard have
He isn't a lost
Ayuk
season.
and Christian McCaffrey and
Kittle.
Debo Samuel and Kittle? He basically had Kittle and Debo that was hurt. Like CJ Beathard didn't
Dante
have any of those
Pettis.
guys. He had freaking Dante Pettis. I'm sure as hell offense will run better with all those guys than CJ
Do
Beathard.
the Niners really have time to like wait for
I'm
Trey
not
to be
getting the
good?
time argument. I
That's
listened
what
to
I'm
this.
saying,
I
though.
listened to
That-
this
that's
podcast.
that's what it
literally,
is.
Like 2 days
That's
ago,
literally
and
what
listened
it
to. I listened to.
That's
this guy.
what it is,
The
bro.
time aspect does not matter. It's
Okay.
not a factor.
Okay. Okay. Look
Hunter,
at the
ask another
look at
question.
the roster. Outlook. Look at the roster.